Hi blood bankers, I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be the second video ever in a series of blood drops via video. But it also means that this is going to be the last one of 2016. The year has really flown by. It's gone by so fast. And so I just really want to show some of the notable things that have happened this year and just say thank you. So I have kind of my awesome post-it notes that I will go through. So the first one is automation. What is awesome is that we have the automated gel method now with the OrthoVisions. It had been a long time coming for us to have automation. We hadn't had it in a long time, and so it's really wonderful that we have that to help with our turnaround times now. We opened the new clinics and surgery center, so we trained 14 staff over there. Many of you helped with the training. We have people issuing blood remotely there, which is awesome, and we are still working to reduce some delays at the clinic, but we've done a really good job, and the workflow now feels normal, and it's part of our normal process. We now have BCAM, the Blood Component Administration module. So now we are essentially digitally documenting blood transfusions, which is really forward-thinking, I think, and we're all getting really good at explaining that workflow to nursing staff. They're still working on getting 100% compliance, but it's getting easier for everybody as time goes on. Can you believe in February it will have been a year since that went live, and we're already looking at some really awesome upgrades coming very soon in 2017. We implemented the new Credo coolers, so we went from having to rely on ice to doing the whole panel process, and it was something that was very new and different for us, but now I think we're all getting very used to how that works and just knowing, all right, in reality, how does this apply when we have ECMO patients or in the operating room, when to decide to use ice for MTPs and things like that, and we're getting better every day, so I'm very proud of all of you for your hard work on that. Also, what is awesome is we created a NICU emergency and ECMO workflow this year, and we have brand new procedures for those. Thank you guys all for working so hard. The people who are part of that work group, you know who you are. We had some really great interdisciplinary conversations with the NICU and the blood bank and the NICU lab, talking to people who work both in the blood bank and then who are not primarily blood bankers. Tried to make that workflow make sense for people who don't normally blood bank, and then also for blood bankers to ensure we just get the blood out the door really quick without any delays. So I think NICU is really grateful for that. We hosted our first ever blood drive. This is amazing. We had 33 units of blood donated to the American Red Cross, which greatly can benefit some of our patients in the metro. And it really shows how dedicated we are to replenishing and rebuilding the blood supply. So we're going to have another one in January. Keep looking out for information on that and let me know if you'd like to help. Thank you to those of you who really coordinated that effort this year. We had a very successful ABB and CAP inspection. You guys know it was Susan and my first time really being like running the show with the inspector. So that was nerve-wracking, I'm not going to lie. But we all do such a great job in the blood bank, and so really there's nothing to worry about. We're all documenting really, really well. So thank you so much for everything that you guys did this year to make sure that the blood bank, remained such high caliber. We had the East and West blood bank remodel. So someone who would have worked in the blood bank in the past, if they came back now, they'd be like, everything's so different. But it all makes sense for what we have in the space now. We have new equipment, we have new needs. So we just rearrange in a way where we can communicate with each other better, we can teach and train easier, we can see our instrument and keep working without being distracted. So thank you all so much for your feedback. We couldn't have done it without you all. You all really made the blood bank what it is today. We went from being very involved with organs in the blood bank, receiving them in the blood bank, to just being involved with a piece, probably the most important piece, just checking it in and making sure it safely gets to the operating room. So I think we just need to realize that this is very important and make sure that the process for organs is just that much safer for the patient. So I think we're all doing a great job you guys are all doing it seamlessly now. It's very smooth and easy, and the processes become normal. We have a peds heart surgeon now, which is great. So we can actually have cardiovascular surgeries here in the peds hospital. I know there was a little bit of fear when we went live with this because there were some fresh requirements, but we've worked really well with Red Cross and been able to come up with a standing order for fresh. And we've been able to meet all the needs. So I haven't heard of any issues lately. I think we're doing a great job. And I think having that standing order in place has been really helpful, and the communication between the cardiovascular team and us has been great. So thank you all so much for your hard work and for your feedback and ideas for that process, just to help the kiddos. My last awesome post-it, we have a workflow committee. This is great. I think the committee is amazing. I've seen the notes from the meetings and been talking with people from the committee about some of the ideas, and already we're coming up with great ideas and implementing them, and we just started this committee in early Q4. So I encourage people who would like to be part of the committee to really put your best effort into it, because these changes are real. So excited about what's coming down the road. Also in November, we started discussing standard work and what is standard work. And we also watched the standard pork video. So you guys drew pigs according to directions. That kind of helped explain what standard work is. We're starting with an easy process like thawing plasma. So we've had the poster up and we're evaluating that process, and then we're going to work on mapping that standard work out. And this is just the first try of it. So we'll be continuing this in 2017. We just implemented the radiator a couple weeks ago. We have gone without it on East for 2.5 years, which is just unbelievable to me. So thank you all for your work with, accommodating when it was installed, and then also being very motivated when it came to being trained and taking responsibility for your checklists. It's a quicker cycle, so we're able to be more efficient on East Bank. And so we're still working on that platelet ordering process that goes along with irradiating all the platelets overnight, and changing that to throughout the day. Thank you all for being so adaptable with that, and really putting in your energy to try to help out all the different shifts throughout the day. And continue to call the hotline if you should have issues with the irradiator. Be gentle with the equipment since it's still new. And then lastly, we have an A1 subtyping SOP finally. So we have been A1 antigen typing solid organ transplant evaluation patients for a few years now without really any true guidelines. I think we were one of the first institutions to seriously do this routinely, and then it became required. And so we developed a procedure that helps us interpret results properly and make sure that we are reporting in a way that makes sense for solid organ transplant, and then troubleshooting the reagent properly. So that is wonderful. I'm so glad that we finally have some guidelines. So those are the most notable things for 2016. There's a ton more. You guys work so hard, and you are truly adaptable and really welcoming to new ideas. And we all, I think, realize that change is the new constant, and we just have to be at the forefront of the thoughts that are coming through in healthcare, and keep getting better. And so for 2017, my goal is for us to be innovators and really think differently, and how can we make things better and continue to move forward and be on the forefront of thoughts. Use genotyping more often, come up with new ways to make things easier for staff, question the current state, and just keep improving. And the sky's the limit, which ultimately means there's no limit. So no idea is silly or too crazy. Crazy ideas are the best ideas. So please bring them forward and continue to help make the blood bank the best that it can be. I'm so proud of all of you. I believe in you all 100%. Thank you so much for your hard work in 2016. And Happy New Year and best of luck in 2017. I can't wait to see what it becomes. Happy New Year.